Knives are cool. And axes too.
Hello everybody, I'm Robert Breaker and this is Knives Are Cool and Axes Too. And I haven't done a lot on axes lately, I need to get back to that, but we're still looking at knives. And many of you know what that is, right? This is a seal pup and this is SOG. So we're going to talk SOG today, the SOG seal pup. Let's look down at this one. And this is a very common knife and a very cheap knife. I mean, these used to be like 30 bucks. And I mean, they're okay. I used to have some of these in the bug out bag, and then I'm like, nope, I'm getting something better. So these you could get for like $30, $35. They might have gone up. They're not a bad little knife, but they're not the best knife in the world either. But the sheath is nice. It's got a nice sheath with it. And look at this. It's got a nice little pouch here for a fire starter or something. I always carry a Gerber in it, and a Gerber is a great thing to have. You need to get you one of these, but don't overpay. I mean, new, these are 60 to 100 bucks. Dude, 20 bucks at a garage sale. Always try to find stuff at a garage sale. But maybe this is something, to me, this is something to put in your car, just to have in your car if you need a knife or if you need one of these. There are stories of people that's lives were saved because of having one of these in the glove box and were able to use this to do things after a wreck and stuff. But this is a cheap SOG, all right? SOG makes some cheap stuff and some more high-end stuff. If I remember right, SOG stands for Special Operations Group. That's what SOG, oh, and the kind of a cool is you have this and Velcro, so you've got both. So I guess that's kind of cool. But that's a kind of a cheap SOG. Here's a more expensive SOG. This is a SOG Pentagon. And I don't have anything in here on this one, but this is a SOG Pentagon. And this is a more expensive blade. And this is almost a scary blade, the SOG Pentagon, because it's all serrated on one side and sharpened on another. And God forbid you should ever have to use this in self-defense, because could you imagine the wound that would make? And I almost don't even like this blade. I think it's so strange. It's just, it doesn't look right. It's weird. So it's kind of pretty though, but it fetches a pretty penny. They have a mini Pentagon as well. So this is a more higher end SOG. But I wanted to bring this to you and talk about this SOG that I found. Well, I went to Oklahoma a while back and went to a knife and gun show, and I found this. And I didn't know SOG made a lot of stuff with leather. Usually when you see a SOG, you're looking at this kind of stuff, you know. And look, this one's for Molly, and this one's for Molly. So I'm like, why does this SOG have leather? And what, a wooden handle on a SOG? I mean, I thought, man, that's kind of strange. And a brass little thing there. This is called, I don't know. It doesn't say the name or anything. It's just SOG. But it has a really cool blade. This is a really nice looking shape for a blade. It got some serrations here and a little place on top for your thumb. I always like that. And I picked it up for pretty cheap. It's made in Siki, Japan, which shows me it's probably an older SOG. And it's just a basic, nice looking SOG. So I would love to know more about that. I think that's probably older, probably from the 80s or 90s. I don't know. That's a lot of times why I do these, is so you can tell me what I got. But the guy had one of these and he sold me this one, I think, for 40 bucks. And I'm like, that's a no-brainer, man. That's worth at least $40. And then the other one he wanted like 80 bucks, and I didn't buy it. But it was, I think it was a Pentagon with a wooden handle, which I had never seen before. But I want to know more about this one, see what you think about this one. I like the shape of it. It's very light for what it is, and it's weighted, so my fingers, well, my finger have to have two on either side. But I like that wooden handle. Did this come from the factory with a wooden handle, or is this something some guy put on? But it's a factory-made sheath, so I'm thinking, is the whole thing from the factory? I don't know. If you know anything about this or what it's worth, or tell me what the model name is, because there's no name. It's just a SOG knife. But the other SOGs, they tell you right on them, you know, what it is. Like this says SOG Pentagon right there. And this one says SOG Seal Pup. You know, we did a one on the Field Pup, which I gave away, by the way. I didn't like the Field Pup. There's the Seal Pup. How come this SOG doesn't tell you what it is? It just says SOG Specialty Knives. Tell me more about it. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me if you like it. It seems like a pretty cool little knife. And I don't know. I'm liking it. It's a little used though. Some guy in Oklahoma probably carried this around his farm. That's why the brass needs polishing. But did he put that wood on, or did it come with the wood? That's my question. Let us know. It feels good in your hand. It's kind of tapered down and then back out on the back. Has a good feel to it. Pretty sharp. Don't even know what kind of metal. But pretty cool looking blade. Want to know more. So if you know something, let us know as well. Thank you for watching. As usual, knives are cool and axes too. Bye-bye.
Knives are cool. And axes too.
Bullseye.